That's a girl.
All right, hold on one sec. I'm gonna go in real quick because there's a lot of people out here. I'm just gonna go right over here real quick. Just can't hear me. I know. I'm gonna come out and smoke it. I'm not gonna. Okay, you do that. I just can't hear with everybody out here. I'm gonna get off in a minute. Oh wow.
Hello. Hi, Adam.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
That's good.
I'm coming. Joshua, would you mind interviewing him real quick? Because I got to do something.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to mute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Wait, Tina. Oh, why is the hangout already live? Okay.
Hold on, I'll be right out. Because we're taping this. It's the only way I could tape it.
I know, but why are you already live? You didn't need to go live yet.
Oh, well, I just hit the live button. Sorry. I'll edit it.
Okay.
All right, I'll be back. I'm going to go have a cigarette if you don't mind.
Okay. I should just start saying a bunch of mean things about her, so then when she watches the video back, she hears everything I've said.
That'd be...
I'm so okay, so just start by just saying name, age, what you do for a living, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. Where you're from, yeah.
I'm Adam. I'm 15, and I'm from Massachusetts. Currently, I'm on summer break, but I'm an aspiring actor.
Okay, and you are in what grades again?
I'm going to be entering my sophomore year of high school.
What? No, I have no. What number is that?
That would be 10th grade.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know the numbers, but when people have like other names, I get confused with what those all mean.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so why did you want to play Survive Big Brother? I know you applied for season 1 and there was stuff going on with that, but like, why do you want to play a season of SBB?
Well, I mean, this game, it's really not like a lot of others. I mean, maybe there have been people who have made games like it, but either way, it's been like a copy of it because I remember it's a format that you're not going to see in a lot of other places, and it's a real gameplay setting that isn't going to be like another one. And I would be excited to play because I've heard a lot of good things from a lot of different people about it.
That's good. Okay, so I know there's these two different formats. Which of the two formats works better for your game? Do you can see yourself more someone that's going to excel in the Survive round or more in the Big Brother round?
I think that I definitely would be able to do better in the Survive round because I'm really good at, because there's always going to be a lot when you're in Big Brother. It's by the end of it, there's usually 2 noms, maybe 3, and it's there's not a lot of shuffling room for you to be able to change stuff up if you're on the block. Whereas in a Survivor type setting, everyone can be voted for, so you can easily kind of try and change something up. It's easier to do that.
Okay, so have you played? Can you just tell us a bit about your previous org experience at playing, like either when you played Skype games, because I know you played a bit on 10K, either those or actual orgs themselves. Just tell us a bit more about your history in those.
I play a lot of Skype games. I play a lot of minis, as well as I was part of T-Viver, it's an org. It was run through a 10 gauger, but it wasn't really as usual like a 10 gauge game. And I've done Constance's Big Brother VIP, which
Doesn't count.
was an interesting experience.
A big experience.
And I've also done a couple years back. I did Dakota Tosado's Big Brother, so I mean, I'm not very like, I haven't been in a lot of orgs, but the ones I've been in, I have done well, and I do have experience in an org type setting.
But just this time you get to play a game that's not awful. We can count T-Viver out of that, but the others are definitely constants up. I'll tell you now that game was rigged. You may not have known it, but I can tell you that game was rigged. I don't know what season you played.
No,
I don't know how long you did the game for, but
100% that was rigged, but I really could care less. But the T-Viver I played that, and I played it, and it was I had a really good social game basically, and I was able to make it far enough to the fact where people just kept on targeting me, and it took them 4 tribals to get me out, and I ended up getting a record for most votes cast against me for a single contestant throughout like history of the game. But I think that my social game really helps because, like I said, I got so many votes, but I was able to survive so much because I was always able to just get people to trust me and like me.
And where did you place in that game?
I got 9th out of 21 people.
Where did Eric get in that game?
Eric got 14th, 15th.
I didn't know where he placed. That's good to hear that he didn't do well.
He did not make the merge. He either got 14th, 15th, 16th, somewhere in mid pre-merge.
Yeah, that's an entirely personal problem. I just don't like him. But anyway, see, this is about him, it's about you. So, do you consider yourself to be a more villainous player or a more heroic player or a combination of the two?
I'm definitely a combination of the two. I'm more on the heroic side, but I definitely am not afraid to cut people if I have to. I'm not afraid to make these moves that people might see as backstabbing. But I am nice and I play with loyalty in mind.
Okay. And so not necessarily about the way you're going to play this game, but as an individual, what entertainment value are you going to bring?
Well, I'm very outspoken. I don't have much of a filter. So if something happens, you'll definitely hear how I feel about it. And I make moves without really thinking sometimes, and it might cause for some drama so yeah, I guess I just really don't think about what I'm doing sometimes, like I said. So yeah, it might cause for some things that are questionable, I guess, but it will be funny if it is horrible planned out.
Sorry, continuing on. So someone's just grabbing something in the background. So, okay. Is there anyone in your community you're just flat out like, I really do not want to play with this person, I don't want to look at this person, experience this person, I'm just going to die and have to put up with them for a month and a bit?
Honestly, I really don't think so. I mean, everyone that I've ended up playing with, I've been able to deal with at least. There's no one I really hate, but I mean, there's gonna be people I don't like, but there's no one that I would definitely be like, I'm not gonna play with this person. Like, I'll quit. Like,
if you had to pick like the worst person that we could be like the worst case scenario of awkward that you could see in this game, what would it be?
like a person?
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, probably someone like Johnny. Just because he has such a reputation about him, and the way he plays, I just don't really appreciate that way of gameplay.
Yeah, Johnny played last season.
Oh, interesting.
So who knows? It is Vets versus Newbie, so it could happen. Okay, what would Johnny say about you as a person?
Well, I'm pretty sure that he would say that I put up a facade and that I act like I'm a nice person and that really I'm a horrible person. But then again, every single time we play, he's always like, let's bury the hatchet. Let's work together. And then first chance he gets, he's like, sorry, but we have such a bad past and I don't know where your head lies. So, Adam, I'm going to have to nominate you.
That is literally every single time I play a Mini Below Johnny. It's that exact same speech every time I work with him. Yeah, I know where you're coming from with that one. So, if a certain player was ostracized in the cast, would you also ostracize them, or would you stand up for them?
I mean, it definitely depends on the scenario, like why they're being ostracized. I mean, I'm definitely not one to just bandwagon on something, but if they're being ostracized for a good enough reason, I'll definitely join in.
Okay. Tina, do you have any additional questions?
One sec. Caller.
She's talking to someone. I'm not sure if I'm lost.
Sorry. I said, what's your favorite color?
Oh, my favorite color. I don't know, maroon, I guess. I like that color. I mean, I don't really have a favorite color.
Oh, that's pretty. I never thought about maroon. Okay.
Everyone always asks me what my favorite color is, and every time I'm like, I don't really have a favorite color.
Okay. Any other questions, Tina? Based on I'm going to guess no. So, I guess my other question is, obviously you're a much younger player. So how do you think the fact that you're going to be walking in as someone that's going to be, well, quite obviously one of the youngest and not the youngest person in the class, because we're not casting about casting much 12-year-olds. So if you're in that kind of position, how do you think you're going to fare?
I think that it could definitely help or hinder my game either way, because people might see me as, oh, he's younger, he might not know as much, or they might be like, oh, he's younger and people are going to underestimate him, so we need to get him out early because people are going to underestimate him. So it could definitely go one way or it could go another way. It's just you don't know which way it's going to go until the dice rolls.
Okay. Oh, one more question. I've got one final question. So Surviving Brothers is obviously a game that incorporates a lot of twists and stuff like that. Like in previous seasons, there's been like I don't know how much you've been following Surviving Brothers. Like how much do you know about what's taking place in the game other than just Standard Big Brother?
Well, I mean, I watched the first season a while back and parts of it, and I know like that there's like a lot of different twists and they're very original. So like you aren't really going to expect to be like, oh, this twist could happen. So I mean, I know parts of it, and I know not a lot of it as well.
Yes, I'll get like similar. So obviously the feel of season 1 and 2 are quite different from season 3 and 4 because there was a complete production overhaul with the exception of Tina, but it still kept the same sort of idea with there just being brand new original twists. Obviously, the way Santiago back then we think of the way that I think now is very different, but we still have very original twists. Like last season, like there was face-to-face nominations, but then there was like 3 returning players and 2 new players that were set a secret mission to get these new players on the block. So people had to get them self-nominated, and if they failed, they would actually face eviction. But if they passed their mission, which they did, they then decided to be faced eviction. Or the season before that, there was a twist where someone won an immunity challenge and then was assigned a random player and was told, you can keep this person in the game and the game will have a final 3, or you can kick them out. The game will be a final 2 and you'll receive this cash prize as well for doing it. And then she ultimately opted to evict him from the game by she had this bottle containing it was water, but it was his spirit, and she had to decide whether to dump his spirit or rip up the money, and she chose to dump his spirit out. So there he had to sit in front of her, watch that happen, and he left straight through the game through the Google Hangout, didn't say goodbye to anybody. So some twists have been a bit brutal, some of them have been crazy, but yeah, we do a lot when it comes to twists.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was in Surviving Brother, but there was the twist. I can't remember what it was called, but where like the person had played it and then everyone just had to draw the rock.
Annihilation, that was Surviving Big Brother. Yeah, that took place in 1 and 2. The power has been in play in season.
That would be Annihilation.
Yeah. The Annihilation power was played by Helen in season 2 and someone in season 1. I don't remember who it was. But in season 2, yeah, it got played by someone, and that was one of the most memorable moments in Surviving Brother history. Probably, I think, the most memorable moment in the original 2 seasons. So, do twists benefit your game? Do you think they're going to hinder your game, or are you just going to ignore them?
I think that twists definitely they play a part in your game. Like you definitely have to think about the fact that twists could come. Definitely screw up if you're planning long run. A twist could definitely screw that up. So you have to definitely plan that there could be a twist. But I mean, I think that I'm pretty well with twists. But then again, in certain games they've definitely ruined me. Like in Survivor, the reason that I got out was we had an instant tribal. Usually they give us it was the challenge and then you had another day until tribal. But for this we went straight. We all went straight to tribal. So I wasn't able to talk to anyone, and that's ended. Ultimately, that twist ended up screwing my game over.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's great. That's a gross twist.
Yeah, but because literally the thing is after the game, everyone came to me and they were like, people came to me and they're like, yeah, if we even literally had 20 minutes, you would have stayed. Oh, well.
It could have gone. So yeah, do you have any questions that you want to ask us?
I mean, the obvious question, like when would you know about being cast, or around when would this start?
Okay, so the start is July 21st, and you will know approximately a week, a few days before then. About a week, I'm guessing. We haven't got an official date we're going to tell you, but it'll be about a week beforehand that you'll know.
Okay, then I mean, that's pretty much it, I guess, for me.
Mm-hmm. Is that it? Okay, if you have no other questions, that's pretty much this interview over. You feel free to message us at any time if you do have questions, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. And yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't too active in this. I got a crazy household right now.
Sorry about it.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for interviewing, and we will be in touch soon.
So,
yeah.
Thank you, Adam. All right, I'm going to stop the broadcast now.